Hello, welcome. I'm Dr. George Everly. I'm with Dr. Carolyn Fowler, and we are reviewing the 10 principles of effective crisis leadership. We're at number 4. Empowerment is the antidote for chaos. Empowerment is the antidote for feeling powerless and out of control. So how do effective leaders do that? How do they empower those who report to them? Carolyn, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think there are a couple of things, George. The first is to make sure people have access to the resources they need to take care of themselves and to be able to work effectively, work safely, access well-being resources. So I think that's the one. And just because we are sending out emails or having town halls where we say, here are the resources, don't assume people know where those are. Especially if people either don't have the time to access the email or technology or are uncomfortable accessing it. So make sure it's as available as possible. I think another key issue here is to take down the bar that people perceive to accessing resources. So sometimes if I say to somebody, I think you could go and look at the support resources, they might think that that's code for me saying that I think there's something wrong with them. And so we need to make sure that there's no bar to step over to access these wonderful resources. And one of the ways that I could do this as a leader is to share the way that I use the resources to support myself in staying healthy and well and safe during this crisis.
So let me read between the lines a little bit. So you're emphasizing the importance of accessing resources. So it sounds like you're saying that, and I may be reading too much into this, but you seem to be saying that people don't necessarily want to be taken care of. They don't want to be rescued. Rather, they'd rather have access to tools and resources that they can empower themselves. Does that make sense?
That's absolutely right. It makes so much sense because as much as we've all come into a helping profession and we love to take care of people, solve problems, fix issues, and be the layer on of hands, right? We like that. It gives us a lot of satisfaction. Even though people may say that they like that, they really don't, because people need to feel that they have the power, they have the agency, they have the control to take care of things for themselves. And I think that when we feel out of control, such as in a situation like this, that's the source of much stress. And so even taking away their own control over how they access their own support is in some ways exacerbating that stress. So what we want to do is to respect people's need to be part of the solution. We need to encourage them to talk about how they use resources, encourage each other to access resources. I think we need to encourage people to nurture not only themselves, but each other. And remember that our goal here is just to hand back a sense of autonomy in this time of real uncertainty.
So leaders can actually make a fairly serious mistake by taking too much care of people. You're emphasizing the importance of returning a sense of control and autonomy to people. I think that's a really important thing to emphasize. So if people wanted to learn more, where would they go?
Well, we've got some great resources on the Office of Wellbeing website, which, as you know, is coordinating this whole effort. And so if you go to the website, there are not just resources supporting this training series, but physical well-being, mental, emotional, spiritual health, all sorts of resources that you can access. And then if you'd like to ask us questions, reach out maybe for a little more support in applying these principles and share your success stories, share your suggestions. We'd love to hear it from you. And that is at owb.jhmi.edu. So please feel free to get in touch with us.
Dr. Carolyn Fowler, thank you for sharing your wisdom and your insight today.
Thank you, George. And thank you to everyone for joining us again.